Hello, everyone, and welcome to Canvas Live. Canvas Live sessions are presented by the Canvas community members and/or Instructure employees to help Canvas users improve and enhance their teaching and learning with Canvas. I'm Stephanie Sanders, and today I'm going to walk through the process of adding images to course cards on the dashboard in Canvas. And in the process, I'm going to share with you some of my own tips and tricks about selecting images. The ability to add an image to a course card is a feature option that an account admin needs to enable at the account level. The available settings for the feature are on and allow. A custom CSS solution for the color overlay on those course cards is also available. And I'm going to provide a link to that resource, as well as links to all of the other resources that I cite during this quick demo in the comments section of the Canvas Live event. You'll easily be able to access all of those links and the link to this slide deck from the event page in the Canvas community. And I'm going to talk more about color in just a few moments. Now, if the feature has been set to allow at the account level, check course settings and then feature options to switch it on. The teacher then needs to navigate to the settings tab for the course and click on the feature options tab to turn this feature on. If it's not on at the account level, teachers will need to enable it for each of their courses, course by course. And they'll see if it's already set to on at the admin level. When they navigate to that tab, feature options in their course settings, they're going to see that it's already enabled by default. Now, a couple of words on how to select a good image. Because of the shape of the available real estate on the course card, the ideal is to look for an image that is already rectangular in aspect. I've found that black and white images with bold graphics work really well with the color overlay on the course card. Here you can see that animated GIFs work really well with the course cards. Now, if you'd like to create a little screencast that you want to display on the course card, let's say that you want to make a little screencast of an element in your course that says something like start here and shows your mouse cursor clicking the start here button over and over again. My colleague Kenneth Larson has tipped me off to a free program called LiceCap. It's super simple to use. And by the way, I created all of the animations for this presentation using LiceCap. If you decide to use LiceCap or another screencasting program to create your animation, I would suggest that you keep that recording window small and focused, and try to avoid navigating and scrolling between pages while recording so that your students don't get whiplash when they're looking at your little animation. Now, keep in mind that if you select an image that's larger than the dimensions that are listed in the documentation, and those are listed here and in all the documentation, the course card is going to display a section of the image you've chosen, such that the image on the course card is sized at 262 pixels by 146 pixels in a rectangle with that rectangular aspect ratio. So to preserve the part of the image you actually want showing, you might want to crop the image first before you upload it, crop load it to that size, and then you can upload it. Now, I have a couple of cropping tools that I like. I really like Snagit. I would point out, though, that Snagit, which is a really good program, also comes with a cost. So as an alternative, I would encourage you to have a look at the absolutely fantastic community resource that Todd Silvius has created in the community on using PowerPoint to crop your images. And again, I'll have a link to that in the event page. So a couple words about color, and specifically that color overlay that's appearing on the course cards. And you can see here on the screen that as the color overlay changes, the underlying image changes, sometimes gets muddy, is definitely not preserving the integrity of the original image that you've chosen. Color picking is a user preference, and the colors that the user picks for the course cards tie in to the colors that appear on their courses on the calendar. The colors are consistent across those two places in Canvas. Now, what many of you might not realize is that the colors for the course cards are not only customizable from the dashboard, they can also be customized in the calendar by clicking on the three little dots that appear in the panel to the right next to each course. So in other words, what I'm saying is that when your students are picking the colors for their course cards, they might not even be looking at the course card itself. They might be doing that from the dashboard. So they're not necessarily thinking about what color is most compatible and how well it harmonizes with the image that you've chosen for your course. So some users have been opting to customize their course cards with the hex code for white, so as to allow the original image to display more accurately. And while that looks really pretty, you should be aware that that option is not going to be an option available to you or your other users any longer, because disabling the ability to choose the hex code for white is currently in beta. That's going to be in production in a couple of weeks. In addition to that, choosing white has two unanticipated, possibly unanticipated, negative effects. First of all, because the course card colors tie into the calendar colors and vice versa, when you choose white, the events become invisible in the course calendar. So you certainly don't want that to happen. Second, if the user chooses white, the edit pencil disappears on the course card. So, it blends right in. It's white in color and it blends into the background. So just make sure that your teachers know and you know that that is not going to be an option. The ability to choose white is going away. Now, again, a quick word to admins who might be interested in this. There is a little CSS hack that admins can apply to remove the color overlay from the course card altogether. At the admin level, the admin can customize the CSS for his or her account to remove the color overlay in all courses for any course cards that have images, while preserving the color overlay for courses that don't have images on their course cards. Application of this CSS does not affect the color on the calendar, which is kind of a nice thing. So they'll still be able to use the way the color ties in on the calendar and remove the color overlay from the course card. Now, Mike Cowan has detailed this extensively in his Fast Track video. I'll provide a link to that. One thing to keep in mind in terms of that little hack is that, as I mentioned before, if a user chooses white, a white background, in other words, an image with a white background, if that color overlay is removed, the edit pencil becomes invisible. It's still clickable, but it's not going to be there. So just keep that in mind. Now, this whole color overlay issue is eventually going to go away and become moot. And the reason for that is because Canvas is currently working on building a feature that will in some way remove the color overlay from the course cards. I don't have any details on the specifics or timing of that, but it's coming. So we won't really be having to talk about color or hacks or any of that pretty soon. Now, for now, absent any customizations at the account level, as soon as I started playing around with the course card images and I saw the behavior of the color overlay, I realized that black and white images work beautifully. They work really well with any color that a user picks, except for white, of course. So I've been limiting my choices to line drawings, and bold black and white graphics work even better. Now, once the feature is enabled, the teacher will upload the image through course settings. On the Course Details tab, the teacher clicks on Choose Image, uploads the image, scrolls down on that Settings Course Details page to click on Update Course Settings to finish the process. And here is what the course cards will look like. So those are some examples of ones that I customized with very simple line drawings and black and white graphics. And these will work equally well with any color that the user selects. And then here's another example of how it might look. And this is what I took from Todd's blog post. This same screenshot is available in the community in his blog. So that is all I have. For future reference, I'm going to put all of these links that you see here on the event page on the Canvas community. And I'll make sure that these are available to you, as well as the link to the slide deck that I've used for this presentation. So with that, does anyone have any questions before we wrap up? So far, I'm not seeing any questions in the chat area. If I do see any, I'm going to wait here for a minute or two long. And as soon as we wrap up this recording, the recording is going to be available at the same link in YouTube. And thank you. So if there are no more questions, I just want to encourage you to get engaged with Canvas Live. Please follow live.canvaslms.com to be notified of upcoming events. Join the Canvas Live user group. We love to have other community members share their best ideas with us on how they do things at their schools. We love to hear from you. And you can hang out in our Canvas chat rooms to connect in real time with other Canvas users. So if there are no further questions, oh, I see there is in fact one question. And that is a super question, Vicki. I do not know if course cards are part of the course file quota. The image, I suspect it is not, and I also suspect that it would be a minuscule portion of the course file quota in any event, but I'd be happy to get that information for you, and I'll post it in the event page. Are there any other questions before we wrap up? All right, in that case, if there are no more questions, thank you, and everybody have a great day. Bye.